What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your breakdown for Sami Zayn, the champ. Sami Zayn is a modern-era acrobat of the aggressive type, and he is much needed because acrobat males, there's a few good acrobat males, but it's a weaker category than some of the others, especially thinking about Showboat and Powerhouse. So this brings the level up again just a little bit. He's got links with Canadian, Raw, and Modern Era. And his coaching ability, blue gems do 30% more damage. Blue moves that deal damage will deal 30% more damage. So he's similar to your Karrion Kross, your DDPs on your coaching ability. We've got 3 movesets we're going to take a look at. The first one, as you see above me right here, is the red-blue combination. I'll call it the Brood Bath because you're raining the red down from the sky. You want the 6 MP Michinoku driver on the bottom. Deal damage, increase your blue MP by 9. 6 MP Springboard Tornado DDT in the middle. Deal damage, choose 4 gems to make into 1-turn countdown gems that will deal about 1 million damage and make 12 random gems red. And then your Koji Clutch, 8 MP blue submission, generate 40 random submission gems and do damage for 3 turns, with the remaining turning into multiply of strength 4. On your trainers, we're going to run them a couple different ways. You need to get to 6 MP, so really 1 red MP trainer plus Santa Hogan would do the job, or you can do something like Andre right here. I'm going to show him this way to you first, and then I'll show you with Sherry, but this is a little more accessible than Sherry is. Memrock for an additional 1, and then Zombie Gunther for 60% more multiply gem damage, which will do more than Brett, because we got to start considering him now. Brett is 35%, but to yellow, green, and then multis, but he's 60% just to multis. So since it's red, it misses the buffs that Brett would give him to take him just a notch above Gunther. So we'll use those. On the strap, 50% gem damage for the preview, Double Fury 2 plus a 35% all gem damage strap, so it's on the higher end but not the most inaccessible high end. And just so you know, the Heart of Jade does not work. You need to make 6 gems, countdown gems, to trigger the Heart of Jade. You only make 4. So you're going to want the Gremlin's Ears. Whenever you generate 3 or more sub-gems, increase your red and blue by 100%. For 2 turns. Then the Acolyte plate, I've got it on there. Now, I have been hearing, and it's very possibly true, that because the multi-gems, that is, come from a sub, it doesn't trigger the Acolyte plate. So take this with a big pinch of salt, and if you know whether or not this triggers, drop it in the comment section below to help everybody out. I've got it on there just in case, but it may not be doing anything, so we'll have to see. So let's go on the road against Zombie Sami. Keep in mind, Zombie Sami is 6-star gold, and we are 6-star silver. So 2 things we'll do with that. 1 is recognize we're punching above our weight and hope he does not get his sub. Secondly, we'll recognize that in order to calculate your silver to gold ratio, it's roughly double. So you just double the damage multiplier that you see on screen, and you should be doing okay. Without 99 MP, you're going to need to hit the Michinoku driver, so you'll do that. That will show us kind of a more realistic hit, so 1 million so far. You're going to put your countdown gems down. If you've got 4 loot boxes, that's always a great place. You don't want to put them places like these where they're going to be very easily broken, so you can do something like this. And then when you make the 40 random sub gems, you're not going to overwrite them, and you just hope he doesn't break any of these, which he shouldn't. And you also really want him to not break as much as possible. Did he break one? He did. That jerk. Well, we won't see the full effect of it, but you're going to see most of it. That's pretty close to it, right? So that was 21 million adjusted down, 22 million adjusted down. So you're talking 44 million at 6-star gold. and that keeps him down. So that was a pretty good hit up right there. And yeah, definitely a good start. Let's check something else out though. Your next move set, I'm going to call the It'll Jump Up and Bite Ya, because at first blush, this moveset does not look near as powerful as your other two, but it's got some things going for it. So let me kind of show you. You've got your 6 MP Michinoku driver, same one we just looked at. Deal damage, increase your blue MP by 9, so that reloads your moves flawlessly. Your diving crossbody, deal damage, make 40 random gems into snowfall, which will modify everything below them into red when broken by you. And then a unique mechanic here on the Haluva kick, 10 MP blue move, deal damage plus bonus damage for every single snowfall gem, right? So there's 40 of them. We want that number to get as high as it possibly can. It's not the greatest, but it's not small to start with. Pause, and then deal damage and choose a 7x2 area to swap into red. So the gems oftentimes that turn the snowfalls end up reloading like the blue moves and the reds go off. This is actually making sure that everything goes red on that. So that's good. Now, by itself, that wouldn't be much to speak of. But as you can see on the trainers here, trainers and coaches, you've got your 2 new characters that you want to put in this. So you're going to need Sting for, Sting, Butch, or one of the others for starting with your MP loaded. And then you've got Maurice, which gives you your other 2 red MP, but more importantly in this case, actually gives you Snowfall Gems do 200% more damage. Then you've got Miz, Snowfall Gems do 100% more damage. So now you're talking 300 combined percent, although I know the math doesn't quite work that way. And then red moves deal 40% more damage. And then you've got red gems doing 30% more damage and red moves doing another 30% with Carrying Cross. Keep in mind at 6-star silver, you would actually probably want to use one of your 12K, or I guess not one of, just the 12K red, which is Stacy. However, at gold, you're going to want to get this 30% in there. Now, keep in mind that it's not his primary color, so it should still, 30% should be higher than 12K, but it won't be higher than 18K just yet if they introduce that. But all said and done, you've got the Haluva kick doing additional 300K per snowfall gem, and you're creating more of them. So now you are talking about, well, it still says 40, but this should create more snowfall gems. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's Trish. I'm sorry. That would be if we put Trish in there. My apologies. On the plates here, I didn't mention on the last one, which I'm realizing I also didn't show you the build with Sherry. Sorry about that. We'll do it on stream. But, of course, anybody who makes red gems, Sheriff's Badge is a possibility, so certainly that. But this is the one that I think more than some of the other characters, and certainly more than Miz himself, Miz's plate works well. Whenever you make 4 or more snowfall gems, increase your red gem damage by 50%, and your opponent's gem damage decreases by 50% for 2 counts. So let's see what this one does. I think it's actually a little surprising compared to what I thought it would be. All right, so as before, post 99 MP, we would need to hit that, so we'll go ahead and do that. You're flawlessly reloading your blues. You're doing 1,000,000 damage. Now you're going to drop, it still says that we're got your 40 random snowfall gems there, because we're not running Trish, as I mentioned. Also, you could run Acro Snoop, but of course he is super, super rare. So now we have 40 times, and we're dealing damage with a bonus 290k damage each, and then we're going to swap to red gems. So we should be able to see this as it goes just a little bit. Let me show you here. So first we see the bonus damage, boom, and that hit for looks like 8 million, give or take. And then we're going to break everything below it here. And that is turning red on red, which flawlessly reloads. Then we hit the Sheriff's Badge, which drops some additional damage with the yellow, clears the board. 21 million plus you kind of had your bonus. No, actually that is pretty accurate, 21 million, because he had 50 and he's got 28 left. So yeah, I mean roughly you figure that we did about 21 million. 22 million damage, which again at 6-star gold should take you up in the neighborhood of 40 million. But unlike last time, this one didn't keep him down. So you get to kind of see what happens if you do that. Well, you just flawlessly reload. More than likely, you are not going to have any snowfall gems left over, because you'd really have to have something weird happen for that to be that way, because you should hit one in every category, or one in every column, I should say. There. All right, 26 million. Let's watch this again just to make sure. This should have hit for 8, I believe. 26 goes down to 15. Yep, so actually 9 million. And then we've got this right here, which should easily finish him off. Bam, 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 bam. And Sheriff's Badge again. Plus their 50% reduction. So yeah, another 21 million there. So he's hitting roughly 40 per turn. Flawless recycle. No sub though, and it didn't stay down like the last one. But I will say I had a couple mishaps with the sub when I was testing the last moveset. So this one's a lot more stable. But I've saved the best, my favorite, for last. So let's check out the triple black. The last moveset I'm just going to call the Blackout, because as you can see, all black all the time, MKBHD. So, 7 MP black standing drop kick, deal damage, make the top row into snowfall gems, that's 7 of them, which will modify all gems below them into multiply of strength 3. A little bit weaker than the ×4 we had on the sub, I recognize that. Then, make 7 snowfall gems into black, which flawlessly reloads you, because then you are also charging your top move there with it. And, well, I guess I should say it doesn't flawlessly reload the finisher, but you are making 42 random multiply gems, destroying 42 random multiply gems. So the odds of them being on black on the board is pretty high. It should be a 99.9 times infinity chance that you are going to get that where you need to be. So you're destroying random multi-gems, kind of like CM Punk. The disadvantage, you don't make a color, but the advantage is that a lot more of them are going to be his primary color, which the red is not. So you are going to see that trade-off. Plus, it does mean that the Acolyte plate should work no problem. And then you can put something like the Nightmare Insignia on there as well. Yes, I will actually run this one back, and we will put on the drip plate next. So let's look at this one here and see what it does. Your entourage, you are going to need to have Woods to start with your 4 MP black. He's got 7 to get to, so you need 6 in your lineup showing, which means you're probably going to want to run somebody like your JD Priest here. Black moves start with 2 more MP and increase their strength by 1. Memrock to increase your multi-gems by 1. And then this is where we are going to bring in Bret Hart. This is where his utility is high. So with Gunther, you get 60% more multi-gem damage, and we will run that when we do the drip as well. But then you also have this reality where if it hits blue, great, but when it doesn't hit blue, you don't get the 30% bonus. But with these, you get yellow, green, and multi, all of them 30% kind of combined. With blue being Sami's primary color, Zombie Gunther might still be the better move, but I want to show you the versatility of Bret Hart on all of the multi-gems versus just hitting, where the blues would be there. So let's try this one out. Same thing against good old Zombie Sami here. We are punching up, so that means we are going to hit twice as hard at gold, so calculate that. You're going to start loaded with the standing drop kick. Make the top row into snowfall gems, and since you don't have to choose them, that is quicker. Plus, this is quicker because it's just making the snowfall gems black. There is a cascade risk right here, so you could do that. Very, very similar to your CM Punk right there. Now you could, I don't know why you would, but you could go straight back into the Snowfall, but you don't need to, right? Because now you're dealing damage, and that is a larger number, 2.5 million, so you could do some buffing on the black move damage, but let's be honest, gem damage with multiplies is the way to go, and this should get pretty much all of them. Reload your black moves, lots of yellow, lots of green, lots of blue in there, so it should hit pretty significantly. Boom. 16 million, actually. Only 16 million, but we got something for that. Flawless recycle here. So 16 million would be 32 million when you talk about 6 gold. So he would have been down at that point. And this is a very safe, very boss battle, great build. We're obviously going to run it with the drip. And you say, well, why would you run the drip? They're already all multis. Of course, they're going to be multi times 7. You could run Sherry, although you've got to get back to your MP. You got to get 7 MP. So if you're running a midline bonus, top line bonus, actually would probably be what you need in feud. But for tours, you would be fine to run Sherry. So I'm going to show you 2 more quick variations on it. I'm going to swap out Zombie Gunther, and then I'm going to put the drip plate on. And then the last one is I'm going to do, or actually I'll tell you what, I'll swap out Sherry and Zombie Gunther to see that. Then I'll run the drip plate just to kind of see the combinations of them here. Now, Zombie Gunther here. Come on. By the way, Zombie Gunther, yeah, don't get me wrong, Bret Hart is potentially now tied for best coach in game, but Zombie Gunther is just something special. So I apologize if you hear me say that and you're like, I didn't get him. I get it. I'm sorry, but it is what it is there. All right, quick way to Sherry is to go to Gem Modifier, and then just scroll until you find her. There she is. All right, multi-gems generated by 4. So now the problem is we've got 4 MP with Woods, but nothing else. So once the post 99 MP wears off, you are going to have to move this over to Santa Hogan, and you would need a midline bonus to get you started, or if you get lucky on a bottom line bonus. But you would not start loaded turn 1 in feud. Again, you would on tours with your tour perks. Also, keep in mind this is Super Santa, 6-star Silver Santa. I know nobody has that, and I try not to use him too much for that reason. However, you will kind of see what that looks like from that. So let's run it this way, and then I will run it with the drip after that, because I know you want to see it. I don't have the drip. Very, very few people have the drip, but those who have the drip have like 6 of them. So they're always out to know, should I run him with the drip? And I will oblige, you know. So now we're times 7, and we did cascade. As I said, that is a very real possibility at any given time. And so he has eliminated extra of our gems. You know, this is where this could come in handy, though. I'm much less likely to cascade here because there's nothing touching, although it still could. But let's just see. Nope, see, we did good. All right, so that is kind of handy with that one. When you cascade, you're reloaded again anyway. So we're going to destroy 42 random gems. Gunther's buffing them all by 60%. Blue gems are increased by another 30%. And then you've got Sherry buffing them up to times 7. So that's 28 million. So you're just under the 60 million mark right there when you're looking at gold. So that is a powerful, powerful move set. Granted, you need Sherry to make it really work, and you'd need a line bonus, but if you got Sherry, you got drip, you're probably going to have a line bonus. And 60 million is a pretty nice start, especially for an acrobat. They tend not to hit as hard, right? They're more shuck and jive kind of guys. So that is pretty good. All right, now let's take a look at minus the Nightmare Plate and instead the Dominator's drip. Yeah. Let's leave everything else the same. just to make sure we're comparing apples to drip plates and kind of go from there. You know, when my son was little, he actually used to call apple juice apple blood. So we're comparing apple blood to drippy drips. I know, right? Scary. Ooh, ooh. All right, so there's some drips. Got some 7s out there, but this is going to erase them the first round because it's going to overwrite them. Oh, you know what? It's all times 7 anyway. But look, now the top row is all times 7. So that did help. It just added a very little bit. So if you don't have the drip, you're not missing a ton like you are on some other instances, but it definitely did add that top row back in. But then we might miss some of these. Yeah, we did. Boom, boom. Actually, just about the exact same. So can't say the drip made a huge difference, although it still about 60 million if you're talking gold. So that's Sami. His 3 move sets. Each one has a different utility, hitting around the 40 to 50 million range on the first 2, and the 50 to 60 million range triple black, which is still my favorite, although I think I do like the other 2 movesets better than I thought I would, for sure. So there's that. Let me know what you think about them in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then check us out Friday on the main WWE Twitch channel, where we're going to power rate Sami. Oh, and we better hope we can get him consistently over 60 million. Otherwise, he's going to take a little ding on the power. But I think he's a very good character. Very strong for acrobats especially, and I would love to have him on my roster. Let me know what you think. Share the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.